The purpose of today's video is to show you how to turn a two-dimensional flat object into a three-dimensional object using light and darkness. So today we're going to paint a basic tree shape, just using a small flat brush to start with. So we draw in the basic shape of the tree trunk and shade it in with black. Don't worry about the lines being accurate or straight, because a tree trunk is quite rough. So you're just painting in that basic shape. And don't worry about getting it all the one shade, because we're going to be putting a couple of layers on. So when we have put the basic shape of the trunk in, then we can start to bring out some branches. And remember, when a branch goes out, it gets thinner at the top. So you can split the tree into a couple of thicker branches, and then from those branches we can start to bring, using just the edge of the flat brush, we can start to bring some thinner branches, just coming out completely random shapes. Don't make them curved, put some angles in. Just growing any which way you want to go. That's completely fine. Just remember that the thinner branches will go at the end, just as you see there, just using a little flick with the edge of the brush, and that will give you those fine marks. Any direction, any angle, it doesn't matter, so long as there's something for the leaves, the foliage, to hang on, so it doesn't look like they're suddenly appearing out of space. Okay, so that's the basic framework of your tree done. Now we go on to our stipple brush, which we just use a little bit of water, we dip in, squeeze out, pick up some black paint, and we just gently start to tap that on to the paper, just so you start to leave some pigment, just as you see there, all over the tree area, all over the branches, all over the twigs. Don't forget to bring some down over the front of the tree. People tend to forget that. And just put in as much foliage, little leaves, as you want to put in. You can clump some of the leaves towards the end of the twigs. And now, to make it into a three-dimensional tree, we pick up a little bit of white onto a small round brush, and just pick one side and start to apply some white on there. And you can also bring some onto the middle part of the tree. And what we want to do is to blend the dark bit and the light bit together, so it is going to give you that sort of roundy three-dimensional effect. You'll see how that turns out as the painting progresses. And if you pick up some more white and just put it along the sort of top edges of any little branches that you've got, you can bring some down the middle of the tree trunk there. There might be a little bit that's sticking out, it's maybe going to catch a little bit of light. Some onto the thicker branches there, but you can see how that suddenly turns from a two-dimensional flat drawing into a three-dimensional tree. That really does leap off the paper. And now, just to complete the picture, you can put a little bit of ground in there. just using a little bit of different color, and just to break that skyline a little bit, and again to bring in a little bit of depth and dimension, just using the edge of the flat brush, just some little flicks. You can bring up some little bushes or little stalks of grass, and that will complete that 3D image for you.